welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about measuring your brand performance. Now, it's really important that you keep an eye on the key metrics of your Instagram page. And we don't just want to look at, how fast you're growing and your follower growth, but we really want to take a look at, the key metric we really want to examine and really make sure that we're spending a lot of our time increasing is engagement. Especially with Instagram's new algorithm that's rolling out really soon or might be here by now, I'm not sure. It's really all about increasing our engagement to make sure that Instagram continues to rank our posts very high on the news feed once the algorithm fully rolls out. Now, this is going to expand your reach, which obviously is going to expand your ability to grow your follower base and drive more traffic to your website. So I use a website called Iconosquare. Now, Iconosquare Pro is probably the best website for tracking the analytics on your Instagram page. And I think it's pretty cheap. It's like a couple bucks a month, or you could pay for the year. I'm not exactly sure how much it is, but it's a very small investment in terms of, really keeping an eye on the growth of your page and how that's going to impact your bottom line as a business owner. Because if you're using Instagram as a platform to grow your business, you need to understand that there's key things that you have to do to increase your reach, keep your posts on the front of the mind of your prospects, your customers, your fans, your community, etc. So within Iconosquare, you want to take a look at the Analyze section, right? And this is really all we use it for. We don't really go too crazy here, but we really like to look at, let's just take a look at the overview for a second here. So I can kind of show you like what I look at when I look at my account. Obviously we have our total follower account, total followings, likes received, total comments. We don't really look at that stuff too much. We really want to look at our growth, right? So I'm looking at my growth over the last, I believe this last like week, maybe the last like 5 or 6 days. And we want to see like this steady incline here. We want to make sure that we're growing. So if I go over the last 3 months, we see this pretty steady increase here. Obviously we kind of, went up and down a little bit here. Never really down. We never really went negative, but you can see that we're growing a lot faster here. This is when we were doing the bulk of our promotions. And then we slowed down a little bit, and now we're kind of right back on that, promoting pretty heavy. And our follower growth is tied probably 99% to the amount of promotions that we do, because when we do a promotion, we're linking back to our page and we're getting massive amount of people to our Instagram page on a daily basis. So that's a really important metric. And then you want to look at the last 7 days of your gained followers. So we're growing 3,500, and then we're also losing followers. I'm not really sure how this works. A lot of people are using the follow unfollow technique. So we're getting a lot of followers. Some of them are just dropping off, and that's fine. But this is kind of our net followers here, 2.7 per week, which is pretty good. We're over 10,000 a month. That's kind of where we've been at. At one point, we were around like 14, 15,000 a month, depending on the amount of promotions we're doing, etc. So those are some of the key metrics. I don't really look at a lot of this stuff. This is a little bit too deep. I like to look at the engagement rate. This is the #1 metric I look at, and there's actually some better analytics in here. If we go over here to engagement, we can see a more detailed view of our like history, our comment history. This is amazing. Best time to post. I mean, this type of information allows us to really make sure that we're posting at peak times and not at times that, we don't get any type of engagement whatsoever. So that's a really, really important statistic that you want to keep track of. Now, here's our engagement rate. So we have a 1.47 engagement rate, and we're doing everything we can to make sure we get this up. We're testing everything constantly. We're testing our posts. We're testing, the style of posts. We're testing the captions, the length of the captions. We're doing everything we can to really test out, every single aspect of the I guess the community aspect or the front end aspect of Instagram. Not our promotion performance, not our sales page. We're just literally talking about the content and the caption here. That's really what we're tracking, 2 main aspects. And that really boils down to engagement. Now, anything in the 1.5 to 2% is great engagement. So you can see that we're right below that. So we're doing our best to get up as quickly as we can. We can see here our most liked media, so you can see kind of what people are leaning towards. And obviously, the more simple and clean is really kind of what's working for us. This Mark Wahlberg post just killed it. Obviously, people like the message that's really simple, it's clean, highly visual, stuff like that, which we've already covered inside this course. But in terms of tracking our brand performance, it really boils down to this page for me, right? I love this engagement page where I can see specifically two things. I like to see this here because it gives me very detailed stats on when I should be posting so I can hit those peak times to increase my engagement. And then I'm looking at my engagement rate overall and doing whatever I can to model the most liked media that I've had in order to increase my engagement. So there's really no need to make this complicated. You know, you can come in here and set up competitors, you can look at hashtag performance, but again, it's not really a strong strategy to stay complicated on Instagram. You know, obviously the software is great, it's robust, it can tell you every little detail, but stay focused on engagement. Stay focused on what type of media is producing the most engagement, what type of captions are producing the more likes, more comments, etc. Because likes and comments is what's going to help Instagram rank your posts higher up once that news feed rolls out, and that is going to be critical to your overall brand success on Instagram. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and this wraps up this module, and I'll see you soon.